Welcome to Athletic Everyday, day number 22. Today was a knee health focused workout. It was pretty simple and pretty short. It was just two movements. I loaded up some ATG split squats and I did some, I don't know exactly what they're called. I think you can call them hack squats, bodyweight hack squats or something. It's just where you don't have your heel on the ground and you stay super upright. And yeah. I did those two movements, and I focused on pausing the bottom with control and going down pretty slowly, um, for the sake of, uh, kind of, if you read into Ben Patrick from the Knees Over Toes guy, he talks about going to full bend as a big benefit for your tendons. And I don't do much of this training, so I figured it's best to really control. And I think no matter what program I'm going to be doing, this may be peripheral to all the other things I'm doing, but it's going to be in there somewhere, along with like Nordics and stuff, because it's good for your knee health. And also, there's some pretty solid testimony that it's good for athleticism as well. So I started with body weight, just got kind of loose, and I got more loose as these sets progressed. But then I went to 24 pounds and then 35, just dumbbells. Yeah, like I said, just really focusing on going down kind of slow and then pausing at the bottom and controlling before I come back up pretty, I guess you could say athletically. So yeah, I did that for 4 sets and then I moved into, I'm just gonna call them bodyweight hack squats. And those are a balance challenge as well. Um, So yeah, I mean, today's workout was pretty simple. There's just a lot of footage to it because of the tempo of the reps and the nature of the exercises. Um, so yeah, um, the place where I'm at right now is kind of interesting because I go back to school on Tuesday, and I experienced the same feeling last year, where it's just like a feeling of dread almost. Um, like yeah, I get to see some friends I haven't seen in a while and stuff, but I don't, it's weird. I just feel like I'm controlled when I go to school, and I don't like to feel controlled, I like it's weird to explain. But that's something I've been kind of enlightened upon recently on why I feel this way. I think it's just because of that. I don't like to be controlled. I don't like to be told what to do. Now, not in the sense that I won't take anyone's advice. That's not what I mean here. But I don't like people to just automatically think that they're better than me and they know what's best for me when they really don't. I.e., I mean, teachers and things like that. Which, I mean, that might sound kind of arrogant, but if you kind of reflect, it's pretty true. Um, that, yeah, it's just, I don't like that sort of a thing. And that's kind of, the feeling, I feel like where I get sort of the dread. Um, and that's sort of the reason why I like, I guess, the fine arts, like band, for example, something I enjoy doing is because it's the class where you get the most autonomy. Um, kind of everything you do is based on your actions, which I like a lot just in principle. But that kind of circles me back to the point I want to make, and it kind of ties into yesterday's video. And then it's that basically you should stop living in other people's box of who they want you to be. And it doesn't matter who that is. You need to be your own person and find other people who like you being that person, right? And this can happen with friends because, I know I've changed, and you may be changing too, just mentally. By if you're doing things like working out often and taking care of yourself, you're going to change not only physically, but also mentally. So, like, the message is don't live in don't live as someone else's vision of what they want you to be, right? Like, examine and be skeptical of everything, right? It doesn't matter who it's from, in my opinion. I think you gotta look at why they're saying what they're saying, and I think this applies universally. Um, yeah, but recently, this kind of ties into it. I've been really, I guess, obsessed with learning from people who are smarter than me and who are more experienced with me than me, and people who know more than me. Listening to podcasts and things like that on people who are kind of where I want to be and listening to how they think, how they talk, what they do, um, and not copying it, but taking pieces of it. And that's something I'm gonna kind of miss, just that time where I can just, sit outside in the summer, it's nice and warm, and I can just like listen and just digest some information. And I think because everybody knows with school comes a lot of stress. It doesn't matter what level of student you are, it's always going to come with some stress unless you absolutely don't care. Um, but yeah, it's just that those times are going to be less and less throughout the school year. And yeah, like, I mean, I guess an example I can give you of this is, you know, people, there's some people who will, the best friends are the ones that genuinely wish for your success and want to be a part of that. And those are hard to come by, no matter what your goals are or anything like that. Like, a lot of people just want to be better than you unconditionally. And, I guess, you may laugh together and stuff, and I have nothing against that, but they truly don't want, like, the best for you. And that's something that I've kind of imprinted in my mind to, like, look at people like that. Like, what do they want from me, right? Because, I came across this while I was watching a podcast today. It was, you're not, some people, their friends, with air quotes, aren't their friends, they're just friends with the same drug. And drug, not even necessarily in a literal sense, but also just like whatever bad habit, right? It could be excessively playing video games, right? Whatever, like eating bad food, like stuff like that. What the advice was think about if you stop doing that drug, air quotes around it, that activity, would they still be your friends? And that's something I'm going to kind of examine, and I've started journaling more frequently. That's something I'm going to examine in myself and try to find, people that can do this with me. But that's about it. Have a good one.